welcome to Straight Onto Disney, a Disney deep dive and analysis podcast, where each week I, your host Jonathan, takes a deep dive into the history of each Disney film and the legacy that they left behind. I'd like to remind you that you can follow me on Instagram at Straight Onto Disney Pod, and you can email me your thoughts at straightontodisneypod@gmail.com. This week I'm joined by the lovely Cal and Dave from the Fairly Good Couple YouTube channel. Hello guys.
Hi there. Hello.
Thank you for coming on.
Not a problem at all. Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're very welcome. So, like I have done with previous guests, we're just going to have a natter about Disney. So I think the best place to start is, how did you get into Disney?
Ooh, you can start that. You've got a lot.
Okay. I suppose for me, we grew up as a family always going to Disney, and I think every holiday that we ever went on, we often used to go to France, and I used to say to my mum, "Oh, we're going to Disney. Are we going to Disney?" So we used to always try and squeeze in a day trip there just to sort of top up the little Disney magic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just got such fond memories, especially during Christmas at Disneyland Paris. That was always really special to me and stood out. And then I suppose once I went to university, I stopped going for a few years and then met Dave about 5 years ago, and the rest is history.
So when I was a kid, I'd only been to the park once, and that was with school. And then I'd never been again then up until I met Cai, where he said, it was just after COVID finished, what we were going to do for our first holiday. And he said Disneyland Paris, and then I went on that trip back, and then it hooked me in for the future, really. Never been to Florida before. As I said, only been to Paris once. Didn't know what I was getting myself in for, really.
Yeah. He thought there was going to be a little one-off trip to Disneyland Paris.
Yes, I didn't know I'd be hooked alive.
No, I got it.
Oh no, that's really cool and like really interesting how you've like bonded over Disney.
Yeah, definitely. It's become a big part of our relationship.
I remember on the first trip we had to Disneyland Paris, Dave was quite against meeting any of the characters, and then we saw Jafar, and Dave's big on villains, so I said, "Oh, come on, let's go meet Jafar."
Yeah,
and then we did, and you actually loved it.
Yeah, and I actually enjoyed it. I think I was quite shy about meeting the characters, but I soon got over that, didn't I?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, speaking of characters, what are your favourite Disney characters?
Ooh, favourite Disney character. So as Kai said, I'll always have love meeting all the villains. So I love the Halloween parties and all that sort of stuff. But I think for characters, it's always got to be Mickey for me. I don't know why. It's just whenever I meet Mickey, I just get that warm feeling of
you get starstruck.
Everything's amazing. Yeah, and I do this thing where I'm like, oh, I don't know what to say to him. But yeah, for me, it's always going to be Mickey.
Yeah.
I think I know yours are.
Yeah, mine's Chip and Dale. I've always loved Chip and Dale. I think it's their naughtiness, their cheekiness, and like whenever you meet them, they're always so silly and fun. I feel like Stitch. He's always quite silly.
He's always quite silly.
So I always enjoy it when the characters go for it. And I remember one time we met them, didn't we? And they was in Paris, and there was those green umbrellas that they had.
Oh yeah.
I remember them shaking it and all the water coming down.
So the cast member,
or like he just goes and like wiggles his bum and stuff. Yeah. That's great.
That's cool. So what are your favourite Disney films?
So I will completely admit I'm generally more of like the park fan, and Dave's more of the film fan. But growing up, I suppose there was that era for me, which was like your Finding Nemo's and The Incredibles, Toy Stories. I loved all of that. But I'd say if I had to pick one film, it'd probably be Ratatouille. I just love that whole story. I mean, I love the ride in the parks too. I think it's such a clever ride. But there's just something about that I love. It's the sort of wholesomeness of the film, and that the soundtrack I love. I sometimes just listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Just on my way.
I wonder if because you love the ride so much as well, it brings it all together for you, maybe.
But yeah, I would say Ratatouille.
Yeah. For me, it was a film I used to watch on repeat when I was a kid, and it was Basil the Great Mouse Detective. I think it's really. Yeah, I think it's really underrated. You don't see a lot of it represented in the parks. The only thing I've seen is recently in the villain show, they've started showing Ratigan in one of the frames, and that's the only like sort of nod I've seen to it in the parks. But I think watching it, because it was like a Sherlock Holmes type, well, it was based on Sherlock Holmes, it made me fall in love with that sort of like mystery genre and sort of like Agatha Christie type of thing. So I'm into like a lot of like crime programs, and I think it's probably from watching that as a kid with the mystery element to it. Yeah. So yeah, for me, Basil Greatman's Detective, loved it.
Yeah, that's really cool because what I've been finding out the fans is like the niche films, like Basil,
Yeah.
like of those eras, which has been interesting that people love. So I think that
Yeah.
moves nicely onto what's your favorite Disney era?
Disney era. I suppose it's the probably the same as a lot of people, but it's that sort of your Aladdin, your Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. I suppose it's that sort of 90s era for me because it's what I grew up on.
Well, I mean, for me, I remember a really special time when I was younger was when, I mean, it's years ago, I'd been really small, but when Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas was out, and I remember having that on it must have been a videotape at that time, and just watching it over and over and over again. I think that's the film that made me fall in love with the Disney characters. So
The Fab Five.
the Fab Five, and the Ducks.
Yeah.
So,
That's really cool. I love those Christmassy films. That one, I'm still sad that they haven't put Snowed In with the House of the Mouse on Disney Plus yet, or anything from
I haven't
House of the
seen
Mouse, which is bizarre.
Yeah, I wonder why some of them. There's quite a few they haven't got up on there. I guess it's a licensing.
maybe they're making them into HD. I don't know.
Maybe, who knows? Have to
That's a
find
good
out.
point. So, what is your favorite Disney park?
So for me, it's Animal Kingdom. I don't think there's any other park really like it anywhere. I think it's got the best food in the parks, like Yak and Yeti, and it's got that little fry station. I can never remember the name of.
I think it's Kamala Fries.
Oh, Kamala Fries. They do like the most amazing fries, this is in the name, and like those fried dumplings. I just love the vibe of walking around. I love that when you're walking around the park, there's like just animals everywhere, and you can go on a full safari there. I just think it's got a completely different vibe to the other parks.
Yeah.
I just love it. I love it. Yours is going to be MK, I'm assuming.
I think, for Magic Kingdom, I think you can't beat at golden hour when the sun's starting to go down and it's nearly time for the fireworks and all those lights. I think it's the prettiest park. I'd say Christmas time. We recently did Jollywood Nights, and that was just stunning. That was like
stunning.
the perfect setting for a Christmas party. But I suppose Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Park will always have, a soft plot.
A nostalgia spot.
Yeah, because that was the first park I went to for many, many years. So, and it's our first park.
And it was our first park, yeah. And it's changed so much now as well.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it needs some love now. We haven't had a new ride in so many years.
Yeah, so they've obviously had studios.
Yeah.
But Magic Kingdom itself, I don't think it's had anything new for a while. Well, it's not
No,
Magic
they just
Kingdom,
tend to do like new seasons, don't they?
Yeah.
But
So,
Yeah,
I'm ready for a new Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, I think with Magic Kingdom, I think that the next thing they're going to really redoing is Tomorrowland. It looks like.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that Cars ride coming to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, that'd be fab.
So, what are your favourite aspects of the Disney parks?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
I would say it's the entertainment. As much as I love all the rides, I think the entertainment that they put on is second to none. Paris does the shows really well. I mean, we loved, Dream and Shine Bright.
Yeah,
that was
loved
amazing.
that.
The 30th celebrations.
The music was so catchy, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, we should listen to it all the time, getting ready on a Saturday. To town, not going out.
Not going
No. The parades I absolutely love. I think they need to churn out newer parades more often, personally. But I love the parades and the nighttime shows, like the fireworks and the drones in Paris are amazing. But in Florida, the fireworks are just incredible, aren't they? They're just amazing. So for me, it's that, because the atmosphere is amazing. And I mean, sitting in the amphitheatre waiting for Fantasmic to come on, that's just the atmosphere is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think for me it just expands on your point a little bit, but it's just that whole being encompassed in the Disney bubble. So it's everything that goes with that. It's the shows, it's the characters, it's the cast members that like are amazing while you're there. It's like, I always think if I was going to Disney, I would always want to stay off property, because I feel like when you leave
on property,
on property, when you leave off, you escape that bubble.
Yeah, totally.
So it's just that whole, for me, just being immersed in it element, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because when you're like, we just came back from Disney World, and like it was 3 months late, but I had a happy birthday badge on because the trip was to celebrate that, and maybe 90 people in that one day.
Yeah,
honestly, like between all the different cast members, it's like they see it and they're like, "Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy," and you're like, "Oh my gosh, it's just." There's nowhere like it, isn't there?
No, and that's what it is for me. It's not called the most magical place on earth for no reason, I
guess. So what are your favourite Disney merch?
Ooh, merch.
I mean, I've recently started doing the pins last year, so that is always like a laser focus point for me. I'm like, where's the pin? Where's the pin? But ours are very much based on the rule that it has to be a memory base. So we don't collect pins, like we don't just do characters. It has to be like, if we stayed at Sequoia Lodge, we'd want the Sequoia Lodge pin. Or if we did a special ticketed event, we'd get that specific pin, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then I suppose the apparel wear, like any t-shirts, that's what I'm always interested in.
With the pins, you don't necessarily do the trade-in. I think you just like collecting them, don't you?
No, because if I'm buying a pin, I want to keep it. I don't want to give it up.
That's a fair. For me, it's probably these little guys.
Oh god, yeah.
It's the little Mickey plushies.
I mean,
so
there's
three there, but there are a lot more scattered around. But so the first one I had was actually this one, and he came with like a little purchase, didn't he? When you bought
we should say it's because it's a wizard Mickey, it's a sorcerer apprentice.
Yeah. And he came with, I think it was a deal where you had him for like €19 when you spent so much. But I bought that one, and then it's sort of ever since hooked me in on collecting them without me really knowing, and now I've sort of ended up with about 20 of them.
It's a similar rule though, isn't it? We've tend to collect them now based upon the memory.
Yeah, so if we stayed at the Riviera, we might get a Riviera one and things like that. We just wouldn't buy them randomly. The cruise one. Yeah. So for me it's the little plushies. For you it's the pins.
And we like artwork. We've got loads of frames around.
Yeah. But we don't necessarily collect the artwork, I guess.
Because we've only got so
much space.
We'd like to buy.
Yeah.
So, what are your favourite Disney memories?
Do you know what? I'm going to just say, I think it was when me and Dave went to Disney World for the first time, and I'd never been to Florida. You'd never been to Florida.
I'd never been to Florida.
And we had an issue getting into the park on our very first day. Our tickets weren't working. They didn't have record of our reservation. It was really strange, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was like we just didn't exist.
Yeah. But I think we spent 30, 40 minutes with guest services at Epcot. We were at the International Gateway. And they couldn't have been lovelier. And then they said to us, here's a load of fast passes, and here's a Guardians of the Galaxy fast pass. And so then our very first ride in Disney World was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, which none of us was expecting.
Oh my god, we were so unprepared for it. We hadn't seen any POVs or anything like that. And I think we both just fell in love with the place.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I also think another memory for me is when we took your nephew for the first time
Oh yeah.
to Paris, and it was just nice to see it through his eyes, like
Yeah.
completely fresh, never seen anything
He's a
like it
2-year-old.
before. Yeah, so he's 2. But like he would have seen everything so much different to what we saw it. So it was just nice to see it through his eyes, really.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, lovely.
So, what are your favourite Disney adjacent things, whether that be Muppets, Star Wars, Marvel, just for example?
So for me, it would definitely be Star Wars. So when I was a kid, I used to watch. Obviously, it would have been the first original trilogy. I just used to watch over and over and over again. So it was amazing when Disney took it on, and then they started bringing out, all the what they
Spin-offs,
call, yeah, the
is it?
spin-off films, the spin-off series on Plus. So I got Kai into Star Wars a little bit before we went to the parks for the first time, so he could understand like Galaxy's Edge. And
I
all
made
that.
a huge commitment.
Yeah.
Before going to Disney World for the first time, I watched every Star Wars film.
Yeah.
I think did I?
Yeah, pretty much.
I haven't watched all the spin-offs. There's just this. I've lost. It's like
There's so much
Marvel.
now. Yeah.
I need to like get more in with Marvel. Don't
Yeah, I love the Marvel, but I think since they bought, I've fallen off the ball with the Marvel stuff recently. I think I kind of checked out after they bought the last Avengers movie out, and I've not caught up with it.
I could be wrong, but I think my understanding is that like it's quite complicated. Like you have to know a lot of. You almost have to have watched all of it to
Yeah.
understand all the Easter eggs.
And it's not brought
Which
in
is
timeline either. It's
No.
sort of all over.
so then for someone who's not watched all of it, it's quite overwhelming to then know where to begin.
That
makes sense.
Yeah, because there's loads of different orders you can watch it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's probably Star Wars for both of us, I'd say.
Well, no, actually, not me. It would be Disney Channel. I used to love Disney Channel growing up, and the truth is, we didn't have Disney Channel in our house. So, I mean, don't tell anyone, but I used to like illegally download all the Disney Channel like shows and everything, and I just watched them all on my laptop. I had a little cable that went into the TV, and I'd just watch, all of the Disney Channel shows.
I never watched any of them.
No, you didn't have it. No. But yeah, I'd say that. I just remember watching like Zack and Cody, Sweet Life on Deck, and all of even Hannah Montana. Really, has to watch all of it.
Yeah.
So that would be my answer.
Fab. So, what is your favourite Disney music?
Mine's the Disney Parks music. I have to be honest. Like I cannot tell you how many times I've listened to Happily Ever After right through. Like if I'm in the gym or something, or Disney Stars on Parade, where I listen to that all the time. I just think they do their show music so well. And I don't know. What about you?
Probably it's sort of all the classic Disney songs, so it's those ones from Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid. It's the Disney films I used to watch when I was younger, so it's always the Disney songs that have stuck in my brain. But recently, I quite like the music from Wish. I quite like.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the
Descendants.
Yeah, Descendants. We've been watching some of the other Disney films recently, and I'm quite surprised by the music, how good some of it is, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, music in general, I think I've got such a broad taste that I couldn't pinpoint one specific thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably go with those old Disney classics.
Go the distance.
Go the distance, Hercules. There's so many.
Yeah. I mean, Disney just released an album, didn't they? A country album covers. Love all that.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that.
There's like 4 or 5 songs.
Oh.
Yeah, we saw. There's a guy on it called Breland. We saw Breland.
We saw Breland, yeah.
That's really good.
No. Yeah, there's so many songs that you could go on for hours.
There's hundreds, thousands. It's impossible.
What would you like to see Disney add, whether it be films or parks?
I know my answer.
Go on then.
I think they I think their parades last way too long. Like I love the parades. I fall in love with them, but how long has Stars on Parade been going for now? And the same with Festival of Fantasy. I mean,
You're on about how long it's been going on, not the length of the parade.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
A little bit longer. Yeah.
but I mean, or even just add a new float. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like we love the parades, and I think it'd be nice for them to just maybe let them last slightly longer in number of years before they refresh them.
Yeah. So quicker refreshment.
But I suppose that's why Paris is so good, because they often have their seasonal, like the cavalcade, you know. So that's better. But I suppose maybe that's more addressed to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, maybe. I suppose they'll bring new parades out though with the other parks and things. Maybe.
I feel like I don't know. You might know the answer to this, but do they just bring them out when it's like a new anniversary? Is that tend to be when they refresh them, or?
I don't know. Probably, I would assume so, or at some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, I suppose, to be fair, they have just brought out the nighttime parade in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, which we love.
I
love that. I'd say it's my favourite parade.
Yeah, it's got a bad... It's had an unfair rep, I would say, because it's very different to Paint the Night, which we would love to see. I appreciate that. But when you're there, it looks better in person. I will say that.
100% is better in person than when you watch on the TV.
Like, if I'm going to say parade, I would love them to bring back the Electrical Main Street one.
Oh, absolutely. And that actually, based on one of your earlier questions, is such a core memory for me growing up. I remember that vividly. Like, I would listen to that soundtrack over and over and over again growing up. So, that's a really special place for me.
I think, for me, if I was to change or add anything, it would probably be, I am like a massive roller coaster fan. I love roller coasters. And I wish they had, in Disney World, just more of, I suppose, like an extreme type coaster. There's rumours they're bringing like a villains one, aren't they? I don't know to what extent.
They definitely. And when you say extreme, you mean like Everest, don't you?
No, I mean like a Velocicoaster in Universal.
Oh, really?
And that sort of thing.
I don't think they'll ever bring that.
No, I don't think they ever will. But if I were to add anything, it would be just for...
You'd love that.
That's the sort of thing I would love, is that sort of your Velocicoaster. Or I know they've just done like the new Fast and Furious roller coaster in
Universal Hollywood.
But it would be that sort of, or even, to be honest, I'd be happy with Incredicoaster. If they pop that in Disney World, I'd be happy.
We love it. We love Incredicoaster.
But yeah, it would just be something like that.
You like a thrill ride?
I love a thrill ride. Yeah. You not so much.
No, I like a thrill ride. I don't like a feeling like you're about to die ride.
Yeah.
So, what is your underrated and overrated Disney film?
So underrated, I'm gonna say Robin Hood. I think there's so much going on in it. You've got a love story. You've got all that country music. It's quite dark in places. You've got adventure. I just think there's so much genre wrapped up into that film. I just don't think it gets enough credit that it deserves, really. There's not much, well, I don't think there's any representation of it in the parks. I think you might have been able to have met them years and years ago. And again, that's one I used to watch quite a lot. And overrated, for me, is probably Cinderella. I've just never been a massive fan. I think a lot of all the other princesses have a lot more like grit to them, and
you like Tiana.
Yeah, I think just Cinderella's a bit boring for me, to be honest.
But the music, Cinderella.
Yeah, it just doesn't do it for me. It's just not my favourite. What's yours?
I don't know. I mean, I could get completely cancelled for this, but I did watch Zootopia 2 on the plane out on our last trip.
Yeah.
And I for some reason, I didn't fall in love with it like everyone else seems to have. But I will say, I'm not the best watching films on planes, so it might be that I just, because I was on the plane, I couldn't connect with it. The same with, I watched Elio on the plane too, and I couldn't get into that either. So I'm thinking it's more to do with the fact I'm on a plane
than the film,
and I'm worried we're about to fall or there's turbulence, and that's probably why. Than the film. So I will give it another go. Underrated? I'm not sure, because all the films I love, most people do seem to love, but I suppose like a niche thing would be when I was younger, like as a child, Disneyland Paris used to have those like promotional DVDs or tapes. I can't remember what it was, and it was just like it's like a travel agency sort of video of the parks. And I remember like that was essentially my version of like watching vlogs back in the day, because I'd just watch that over and over and over again, just because I wanted to like see the parks again and see the characters. So I suppose that
I've
would be
never
my
heard of
answer.
them.
No, I supposed to be upset.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Right. And what is the feeling that Disney leaves you with?
Wanting to go back, because this is the only way I can say it.
Yeah. Exhaustion.
Exhaustion. Yeah, it's I think links back to one of the answers I gave earlier about that Disney bubble. It's just wanting to get back inside it, I suppose, and be back immersed in the magic and feeling like there's nothing else going on in the world, really. That's what it is for me.
Yeah, I think there's nowhere on earth where I am more impressed by creativity than in a Disney park.
Yeah.
Like I work in telly, so in the creative industry, and it just blows my mind what they do. Like even something like I'd say the Villain Show in Hollywood Studios. Like the concept's quite simple, but the execution of it is incredible. And they've got, I don't know, how many screens have they got?
There's loads, but they're so
like that's not easy to execute that at all. No. And they do it so well, don't they?
Yeah, and those screens, they're almost 3D, aren't they? But you haven't got like any of the glasses on or anything like that. But the quality of the screens is just so amazing. But I mean, I don't think anyone does like high quality like Disney does.
No, like even the imagination into like a ride like Tower of Terror. Like I absolutely hate Tower of Terror, but we still go on it. But the storytelling of that ride alone is impeccable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like with everything in Disney. I think everything. There's no ride that's just a ride, is there? Everything has got a backstory behind it.
Yeah.
It's not like going to other theme parks where you just go on a roller coaster and then you get off it. Like you eat the queues and everything, or build up to that story at the end. And that's what it is for me.
I like that Disney too don't just rush things. Like if something's not ready, they're not going to just go, oh, let's just put it out because we said to be done by February.
Yeah.
They will say, actually, no, we're going to wait another 2-3 months and do it properly. And I think I like that core value that they have, even though we're all dying for things to come out as soon as possible. They also know that we as fans will critique them to the highest standard, so they need to execute things to the highest standard too. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. What I am looking forward to, though, is the new Monsters, Inc.
Oh my God, looking forward to that. There's a lot of pressure on them for that ride.
Yeah.
What about you?
Me,
Yeah.
feeling at Disney is the nostalgia that it brings. It always being there, I think, is one of the things that when you're not having a good day, you can just go back to it whenever you need it.
Yeah, totally. Like, there's something about Disney that can pick up your mood, even because, you know, no one can say that when they're at Disney they are feeling the most happiness 100% of the time. Like, you might be exhausted from queuing in a ride or something. Or, like, we were on... There's one of our memories. We did the Alaskan cruise, which was incredible. And we were meant to do an excursion where we got off the boat onto a smaller tender boat to go up to this glacier. And we'd both been really looking forward to it. And then we'd found out that it was cancelled. We'd gone down into the waiting room to check into this excursion, and you were absolutely gutted, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
And I suppose you could finish the story.
Well, we came back up, and it was just, I think, unexpectedly, Mickey was riding up in one of the lifts, and he just came out the lift, and he did a high five to me, and it just changed my mood then completely.
That's all it took.
And that's all it took, was just
a little interaction.
And I was good to go for the rest of the day. Yeah. And it's those little. It's not even the big things, is it, that you remember? It's those little tiny things, like every time you get on Peter Pan and they do like the pixie dust, which they don't do in Paris, and it's always the thing that we say is,
why don't they do it?
Why don't they do it? Because Disney World just has so many more like of the little, I suppose, magic touches than what the Paris parks have, I guess. But I guess I understand it's all completely different cultures and stuff. But yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. So, where can people find you?
Where can people find us? We have recently started vlogging. So as of January this year, we started our YouTube journey. We did a 3-night stay in Disneyland Paris earlier this year as our little test series. But our brand new vlog series from Disney World in Miami is coming out next week.
It is indeed.
So that's Fairy God Couple on YouTube, and the same on Instagram and TikTok. So we're new to the game, so bear that in mind.
Come along for the journey.
Yeah.
No, well, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you. No, we've loved it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Oh, good.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. When I get to some of the films, I might get you back on, especially for Disney Channel stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Right, you can follow me on Instagram at straightontodisneypod. You can email me your thoughts at straightontodisneypod@gmail.com. Thank you all for listening, and bye.
Bye.